Hey boys, so welcome to your bronze program Wednesday lift session. Obviously a little bit different having to do them with this style, but this is what we got, so this is what we're going to run through today. So I'm going to try and follow a similar format to what we've been doing, what we would typically do in the gym at school, with an A series, B series, etc. So what I'll do is I'll demonstrate the 3 exercises, then I'll get you to pause the video, you go through, you do the repetitions and sets as I prescribe, and then you can come back to the video and push play again, and I'll explain the next set of exercises. So hopefully you've found a way to maintain some reasonable levels of activity throughout the isolation period so far, one way or another. Because we know how beneficial exercise is, not just to our physical health, but also mental. So I know everyone's situation and circumstances are different, particularly when it comes to access to space, equipment, etc. But hopefully you've managed to find a way to stay active in that in the isolation period so far. Cool. So if, as we normally would in class, I'm going to get you to start with the ADP warm-up. I'm not going to run through that with you guys. You should remember it. If not, there's an ADP warm-up video on this YouTube channel. So go back to that, hit play, and that's a little refresher for you. So do that now. And then, so stop the video, do your warm-up, and then come back. Right, so now we've got A1, A2, and A3 exercises. The first one is a squat jump, but what we're going to do, so we're going to do our squat jump, then we're going to come down with a split stance landing. Second, we've got skipping or pogos. Third, we've got a Superman hold. So I'll run through those 3 exercises now. So the first one, squat jump with the split landing. Let's go where you can see me. So like we would in the gym, we're just going to do a normal split squat jump, Go hands on hips, and then I want you to land with one foot in front of the other. So just start off small until you get the hang of it. You do your squat jump into a split landing. Stand back up, same again, jump, landing. As you get more confident and you feel like you can hit that real nice stable landing, go higher in your squat jump and go stronger in your landing. So I want you to do 6 of those on each leg. So that's a total of 12. Then A2, we've got skipping or pogos. So if you've got a skipping rope, great. Normal skipping, 2-footed skipping. If you don't, you can do what are called pogos, which are essentially is skipping without a rope. It's 2-footed jumping, and we're going to do 20 contacts with that. Key things to think about when you do this skipping is keeping really stiff ankles. So your knees shouldn't be bending, and you're just getting the movement from your ankles. And if you're on a hard floor, which I'm not, or you're outside, there should be a really loud sort of slapping of your feet hitting the concrete or flooring, whatever it is, when you do that. When you do that, you know you are doing the exercise properly. So I'll give you a little demo. We're going to do 20 repetitions of this exercise. So this is the pogos. Essentially skipping would be the same, but with a rope. Cool, that's pogos or skipping. You're going to do 20 of those. And A3 is Superman holds. So do this side on actually so you can see. How many are we going to do? So line face down. Extend your arms out in front. Head down. You're going to take your head, chest and arms off the floor. And hold. And back down. So that's 1 repetition. You're going to do 5 more, so you're getting 6 reps in. Stretch. Cool, so just to recap that, so A1 is the squat jump with the split stance landing. I want you to do 6 on each leg. A2 is the skipping or pogos if you don't have a rope. You're going to do 20 of those. And then A3 is the Superman holds. And you're doing 6 reps of that. So I want you to do 3 rounds, 3 sets of that. So pause the video, do your 3 exercises times 3 and then come back and hit play again. Nice, so now we're into the B series. B1, we've got a little push-up combo for you. So what have I got? I've got wide then military. So for a wide push-up, I want you to take your hands initially about 1 hand space wider than shoulder width. Then I want you to go 1 more hand space each way. Now we're wide. So you're going to do 5 from here. Then you're going to go into military push-ups, which is your hands straight under your shoulders, and you do another 5. Cool, so that 5 wide and then 5 military is 1 set. So you're going to do 10 reps. B2 is a side prone with hip drop. So we've done this in our programming in term 1. So you should be familiar with that. So you go into a side prone position. Shuffle where you can see me. Take your hips up. Nice and straight, nice and strong. Engage your core, particularly through here. Then take your hips down, touch the floor, and then back up. Down and back up. Really good control. Keep your belly button in. Keep your core engaged. And I want you to do 12 of these. Cool. Obviously you're going to do both sides. So 12 on the right, 12 on the left. And then B3. So you will need a chair or something to, we are going to do a bent over row, and you will need some sort of weight. You won't need much weight. I'm going to use a kettlebell for the demo here. You might have dumbbells or a kettlebell at home. If you don't, you can just improvise a little bit. I'm sure you've got a good imagination. A school bag with books in it will be fine. A brick, something that's heavy, something with a little bit of weight. So here's my chair. Here's my kettlebell. So we're going to do a bent over row with an isometric hold. You might know what an isometric hold is already. If you don't, I'm sure you will learn that soon in one of your PE classes. An isometric hold essentially is as we do the row, we're going to hold for 2 seconds at the top of the row. So the rep count is 12. So I'm going to bend over, my bent over row position, nice and strong, shoulder blades locked in. I'm going to pick up my weight, I'm going to squeeze up, and I'm going to hold for 1, 2, and back down. Up, 1, 2, down. Seven, 8, 9, 10, pull up, hold for your 2 seconds. I'll show you one more. Pull up, and there's my isometric hold or squeeze, and relax. So make sure you do both sides. Again, you won't need much weight to feel the effects of this with that isometric hold of 2 seconds. So just to recap, we've got the push-ups, super wide, and then military. I've got, 6 plus 6, I might have said 5 plus 5 originally. The side prone with the hip drop, hips to touch the floor, and then the bent over row with the 2 second isometric squeeze or hold at the top, and that's 12 repetitions. So 6 plus 6, 12 each side, and then 12 bent over rows. Hit pause, get into it, 3 rounds of those, and then come back for the C series. Alright, so C1. So we've got a split squat. Again, we're going to use that isometric hold as part of this lift. We've got a reverse plank, which is something that's probably new to you guys, and a single leg calf raise, which is not new. It's something we've had in the program, so you should jump straight into that one. Right, so first things first, split squat. Now you can add a little bit of weight to this if you wish. I would recommend that you do a set without a weight first to see how you go, because again, that isometric hold does add a layer of difficulty to the lift. So, like we've done with our split squat, go this side, so good stance. I'm going to go straight down, and that's where I'm going to hold for my isometric 2 seconds of work. So 1, 2, and then back up. Again, down, 1, 2, back up, down, 1, 2, up, down, 1, 2. So just while I'm in that position, common fault with this lift is that we go too far forward on our knee. You can see that my shin is straight up and down. That's the position I want you in. So straight up and straight down for that 1, 2. So what have we got? So I've got 12 on each leg for that rep, for that exercise. That's the rep count. C2, reverse plank with straight legs. So we're holding this for 40 seconds. You're going to take your hands just behind your bum and just sit outside of your hips. You're going to have straight legs, and you're going to take your hips all the way up. So there should be a straight line from my shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. And this is a 40-second hold. So try and breathe, squeeze your glutes, relax through your face, and hold. Cool, so that one's, like I said before, that you're going to hold that for 40 seconds. And C3, single leg calf raise, so a nice easy one to finish off that series. Something we've done before. You can use something that's slightly elevated to keep your heel off, to get a little bit more range of movement. But otherwise the floor is absolutely fine. You may need the wall to balance. Take one leg off, and I'm just going to go all the way up on my toes, and then control going down. All the way up on my toes, control going back down. Reps on that, so that's 12 each side. So just to recap the C series, C1 was the split squat with isometric hold for 2 seconds, so going down, holding with your knee 2 centimeters above the floor, hold that for 2 seconds, then back up. That's 12 each side. The reverse plank with straight legs, we're going to hold that for 40 seconds. And lastly, the single leg calf raise, we're going to do 12 each side of that one. And again, we're going to do 3 sets of those exercises. So hit pause, go through those 3 again. Split squat with the 2 second hold, reverse plank with the straight legs, and the single leg calf raise. Get into it, come back, we've got one more to finish. Nice, so the last exercise I've got is a W press up. I've got 30 repetitions to do this, which might seem like quite a lot, and it is. It's a tough little finisher to this workout, but something you'll find very beneficial. So first of all, what is a W press up? I'm sure you've heard of a diamond press up. We're going to go W, so there's my W. I'm going to take it straight to the floor. And there I am, my W is on the ground now in front of me on the carpet. And I've got 30 repetitions to do. So the idea is that you do this as quickly as possible. You might be able to bang out 30 in a row, and that's sweet. You might only be able to do 10, 5, 5, 5, and then 5. I just want you to do them as quickly as possible without breaking your form. So your form still has to be really good and strong. And see if you can have the least breaks possible to accumulate 30 repetitions. So again, there's my W. I take it straight down under my shoulders, strong press up position, and I'm going to bang out push-ups from there. If I get tired, I take a rest, and then I go straight back in. Like I said, it might be that you can just do 30 in a row non-stop, that's great, but it might mean you have to break it up into a few or several sets, and that's the session. So finish off with that W press up, well done. That effectively is day 2, because we're starting this on Wednesday, but I'll see you here next week for day 1. Cheers.